Hello, everyone. This is Kendrick Dix telling you the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report is on and it's live. Coming up here on the SmackDown Ring Report, the Rated R Superstar. You know who I'm talking about, the Rated R Superstar, Edge. Edge returns with a vengeance, and he comes back coming back before WrestleMania. Edge looking to get his revenge at Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns didn't see this one coming with him and Edge. I mean, Edge coming back with a vengeance. We'll talk about the ladies on that. Also, too, Money in the Bank qualifying matches as well as Big E takes on Apollo Crews. You see right here, Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. And then, too, as well, Carmella versus Liv Morgan in another Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Did some of these four superstars emerge? One of the four superstars emerged victorious to advance into the Money in the Bank ladder match coming up next month. Controversial as this WWE writer right here, she was a lot of controversy this past week talking about she did not know about the WWE product and she just got hired on because of her non-wrestling experience. We'll get to that in a couple more pieces as well. Killian Dane. Okay. We having problems. Okay, there you go. There. All right. And more releases as well as um, the cruiserweights and Serena Fear. Man, it's a whole lot going on. All this and more on the Pro Wrestling Show starts after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Diggs here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you all on this live edition. Like I said, live, we are live. First, join the conversation, the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Tell us subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. On the Pro Wrestling Show the Universal Championship on defeats by everybody. All right, let's get started. And soon, Money in the Bank will be the first WWE pay-per-view where live crowds will be back in effect. WWE will be back on the road again. And see that lineup right there. A lot of the women come. Okay. We're back. Kicked off with SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair was in the ring. What is wrong with this thing? Okay. SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair was in action herself after she defeated Bayley this past Sunday at Hell in a Cell to retain her SmackDown Women's Championship in the Hell in a Cell match, which was deemed brutal. Bayley and Bianca Belair showing her true test being inside the Hell in a Cell. When Bianca Belair came out there, she was interrupted by the Messiah, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had something to say about Bianca Belair, about her accolades and stuff. Bianca wasn't having it. We know that coming up, it was going to be a mixed tag team match where Bianca teamed up with Cesaro to take on the team of Seth Rollins and his partner, Bayley. Now, We know that Seth Rollins was trying to agitate, irritate Bianca Belair, trying to play Bianca about her accolades and stuff. Well, Bayley came out there to chastise Bianca, talking about she didn't do nothing. All she did was a fluke. And all of a sudden, chaos ensued between the two women. Seth Rollins had to come in between them and try to not get himself dirty. Well, Cesaro came out there and it was a mayhem. The women went against the women, the men went against the men, and just chaos ensued. Seth Rollins started the match against Cesaro. Seth Rollins finally got a win over Cesaro this past week at Hell in a Cell to get that monkey out his back. We'll tell you later what Seth Rollins' intentions are next on what he wants to do going forward on SmackDown. Well, Bayley and Bianca dominated the match with big spots left and right. You see right here, Bianca, the women's champion, drop kicking Bayley. And the next thing you know, Bianca mounting on Bayley, giving Bayley the business. Bayley didn't like that one bit, but Bianca hit the backbreaker on Bayley, and then Cesaro hit that infamous swing once again. Loves doing those swings. That was that time he had that WrestleMania moment. If you recall, he put Seth Rollins in that swing and got the win. And Seth Rollins started saying that the weather was the reason for the blame. Well, Bayley capitalized using her finisher and got the 1-2-3, and Bayley won. But Bayley told Bianca after the match, "It's far from over." We don't know what she means about far from over, but I've given the indication that she means she wants another time match. Now I'm assuming it's gonna be another time match at Money in the Bank, in front of live crowds again. So look for Bayley and Bianca to have another match at Money in the Bank. They had a singles match, then they had a Hell in a Cell match. What's next? Gonna have we heard that rumor and report, hair versus hair match. We don't know, but I'm more intrigued with this match. Well, Jim Cornette thinks differently about the match, but it was decent. It was decent. So hey, it is what it is. But Seth Rollins, speaking of him, after the match, Seth Rollins went to WWE officials Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce. Seth Rollins made clear in his intentions that he wants to challenge, be the next in line for the Universal Championship. Seth Rollins made it clear, crystal point, and the officials, Deville and Pearce, said they'll take it under consideration. So we just have to wait and see on if Seth Rollins can get that opportunity that he's been wanting. Seth Rollins, last time he ever challenged for a world title was that last year when he went against Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. Now Seth Rollins wants the champion, a world championship again, and he might be in the making of doing so. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Also, too, was the coronation of Shinsuke Nakamura becoming the new king of WWE. As you see right here, Shinsuke Nakamura's hype man, Rick Boozer, playing his song to the ring. Nakamura, now the new king of WWE, Shinsuke Nakamura, defeated Baron Corbin to become the new king of WWE. Baron Corbin was looking despondent, looking depressed that he's no longer the king of WWE. Nakamura had his interest coming out in a white Michael Jackson look on the tie, like he's the new king of pop, but he's the king of WWE. And Rick Boozer did that, and crowned Nakamura the new king of WWE as he proclaimed himself to be. So Shinsuke Nakamura has the right and the given right to become the new king of WWE going forward. Looking forward to see what Nakamura is going to do with this new gimmick, being the new king of WWE. They didn't start no King of the Ring tournament yet, but you got to wonder, since they're going to make it back on the road, they're going to want to start doing that sooner rather than later. Also, was one of the first Money in the Bank qualifying matches for the men, as the Intercontinental Champion Apollo Crews, along with his assistant Captain Z, participated in the Money in the Bank qualifying match against former Intercontinental Champion and former rival Big E. Now, this match was sort of like a renewed rivalry between the two, Big E and Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews landing that drop kick, and then Apollo Crews trying to mock Big E, trying to say that he's going to win the briefcase. Big E pulling all the stops, even doing the big splash on Apollo. Apollo Crews came out of nowhere and countering into a German suplex of his own. Then Big E had Apollo where he wants him into a turn to Captain Aziz, got involved in the bottom rope, helped his man, Apollo Crews. E one thing. Big E one thing. You get the 1, 2, 3. On that. What is wrong with this thing? Okay. Sorry, folks. We got technical difficulties because the pictures, sound, and stuff. But bear with me. Okay, so Big E earns himself a Money in the Bank qualifying match doing the big ending. Also, it was another Money in the Bank qualifying match as Carmella, WWE official Sonya Deville came out there and made an announcement about Money in the Bank for the women's. Carmella is automatically entering the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women's side. Now, many of you may recall Carmella was the one a couple of years ago won the first Money in the Bank ladder match, and then she had to redo it again on SmackDown. And she is a Money in the Bank winner. And Lady Luck follows Carmella again, and her becoming the next women's Money in the Bank champion, a briefcase holder. But Liv Morgan took issue on this fact that Carmella got herself involved automatically. Liv Morgan wanted to be involved too. So Liv Morgan took on Carmella, and Liv Morgan won over Carmella. So Liv Morgan automatically is in the women's Money in the Bank, but they haven't put her picture on there yet. But as you see right here, the field right here, that's Asuka, a former Money in the Bank winner of last year. If you recall, Asuka won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and she won the Raw Women's title along with it. Naomi is in it. Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross with her new superhero gimmick, Carmella. So the field is growing, as we can tell, in this Money in the Bank ladder match, and we're gonna have more names coming sooner rather than later. So you know how that far go. Also, too, Jimmy Uso was in action. Jimmy Uso was in action against former world champion and tag team champion Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler saying that not Jimmy Uso, he be a support. Roman didn't buy it. Roman told him, you need to do what you got to do. Jimmy did what he had to do, and he defeated Dolph Ziggler. But Dolph Ziggler, he's just footnote. But the real story is Jimmy and Roman. What this going to lead to going forward? Speaking of the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns addressed his state of the Universal Championship address. Roman Reigns made it clear that really nobody can't beat him. He's been almost undefeated and been champion for almost a year. Roman Reigns has ran through the likes of Rey Mysterio, Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman, The Fiend, you name it. He Drew McIntyre. He's been Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Edge. Well, we said that one word, Edge. Edge came out, went and attacked Roman Reigns. Edge hasn't been seen since WrestleMania. He came out there trying to prove a point and went after the Universal Champion and just try to destroy him. Roman did try to hold his own by doing a Superman until another thing, Edge got attacked by Jimmy, who still want to prove himself to his cousin Roman. Well, Edge took out Jimmy and took him out through a spear through the barricade. Edge trying to make sure that no one cousin involved in the match, and Edge delivers a spear to Roman Reigns. Roman trying to use the chair, and Edge took him out with a spear. So the Radar Superstar is back, and he's back than never before. Edge trying to make sure that he ain't being forgotten the way he did at WrestleMania. And Edge trying to come back with a vengeance. And what a vengeance it was, Edge signifying that he might be the next challenger for Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. It's obvious. Edge versus Roman Reigns, one-on-one in front of the line audience again. It's obvious. So it's going to happen at Money in the Bank. Well, rumored to be at Money in the Bank. Edge versus Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. It's going to be happening very soon and very shortly, hopefully. And we hopefully get that announcement coming up sooner rather than later. All right, that ends the SmackDown Ring Report. Let's move forward to Hot Topics. On Hot Topics this week, we had more releases. Yes, WWE released more people. This is unfortunate that WWE has done it again, releasing some of these names, these recognized names that you see here. Breezango, Maria Schaefer, Tony Nese, what's it? Ariel Daivari. WWE releasing all these names, and the most figuratively name that WWE has released. WWE has released this writer that they just bar on, and now this writer, she said something that I guess the WWE brass did not like, and she said that she didn't know nothing about the wrestling business. She said that she just was there just to be there. And Sean Ross Sapp, our good friend, said that she wasn't familiar when she got let go this week after it was news about it. And you know, that is bad news when you try to hire somebody that don't know nothing about wrestling. You have to know the product in order to be in those bases. And I don't get why WWE just didn't tell these folks trying to embarrass her and embarrassing themselves, because they know that, that reflect bad on them, because the lady didn't know who she was writing for. She didn't know she was writing for Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, you know who who was the WWE champion, and his name is Bobby Lashley. She did not know. She knows this is. Just there, I don't know how to milk a cow, but like right there, she didn't know. To my effect. Kid Dane was released. If we show the picture, can we show the picture? Well, up a little bit, but bear with me. Appreciate you for watching. She's this show, subscribe. So make the news for you. Picture. Can we get the picture? Okay, Killian Dane. We'll get it later on, hopefully. Killian Dane was released, as well as Maria Chanel was released. Breezango released. Okay, thank you. Killian Dane, right there, the husband of Nikki Cross. You can't wrestle within 90 days. That he's still. Killian Dane, he wants to show WWE what they lost and what they was missing. I can't blame him for that. You showed he was kind of more like a Triple H sort of type prototype of a wrestler, what Triple H looked for. Really rugged, and it's just unfortunate. Also, too, Fandango release. We know that Fandango right here, he sent a tweet thanking Mr. McMahon, Triple H, Stephanie, and everyone else for the last 14 years. He truly appreciates it of what he has been done for WWE. I think they had a team with Breezango, just didn't space out for Breezango, but you know how far unfortunate it is. Only time will tell on that. Maria Shank, she's the wife of Roger Strong. You saw Roger Strong this past week. He's back with that new faction, that new group that has been terrorizing the Diamond Mine. So we'll see on that. Also, too, Montez Ford. Prayers out to him that he's doing a speedy recovery. Many of you know that Montez Ford was attacked by Otis, and Otis left Montez Ford with some unspecific surgery. Many we don't know. Maybe it's dealing with his ribs and stuff. So also too, look forward tonight where we do the AEW Dynamite ring report as well. Hopefully MJF sent this tweet by Sammy Guevara working at a fast food joint, which just was ridiculous. But hey, it is what it is. And two, the cruiserweights, Ariel Navarre and Tony Nese, they've been released as well. So 205 Live is no longer the same. But I just don't get why would you might well. I'm not saying cancel 205 Live, but if you ain't got enough people on 205 Live, what's the point? And I hate that for them. And you know, WWE is bound to cancel something in a minute since they got rid of everybody and stuff. But this Kenise Mobley, this was funny because it just shed light to WWE on like they trying to hire people, and then they led this woman, this poor woman, to get fired because she was on a podcast and she didn't know about WWE, and WWE said, "Oh, you ain't finna mess us up," and they messed her up by just not with the product. But you know, she wasn't familiar with it. What can you say? I get that, but then she should just learn it while on the job. You know how they do. What they say, you fake it till you make it. But sometimes for certain people, if they don't know what's going on, fake it till you make it until you get the gist of it. All right. Join me tonight. Join me later tonight. We do the AEW Dynamite review, live edition of AEW Saturday night edition. So for me being Kendrick Dick said so long. We'll see you later on tonight for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show Ring Report for AEW Dynamite. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.